Morning everyone, we're in Eftelu. There's a boat just come across. Frontex is there, the Greek Coast Guard is there, Proactive just joined the boat, but the little boat is running around in circles. A little boat, I say it's a dinghy, it looks very full. From here it looks quite a lot of people on it. So I would have said the Frontex will put them on board and take them into Scala. I would have said this time of day. It's gone 9 o'clock now. It's, I don't know, 9:30 now. On a Sunday morning. So I presume that they will either tow them or they will put them on board. I presume they'll put them on board and take them over to Scala. So. In the camera it looks a long way away. It's about a kilometre out, I would have said, and almost directly out from Panselinos Hotel. So it's in the next bay from me in Eftelu. So we've been getting a lot of boats in Chios and Samos the last week. We've had a few here in the south. This is the first one we've had in the north for, I don't know, must be 18, 19 days. But spring's coming in now. Things seem to be racking up a little bit. We see what happens in the next few weeks. But this looks a fairly large boat. Anyway, Proactive's with them as well out there, so we see what happens. Yesterday we were down in Mytilene. Here comes Chada. Yesterday we were down in Mytilene. It was the anniversary of the EU-Turkey deal, and there must have been an easy 2,000 people marching, and there were speeches and everything, and it was quite incredible. Wednesday I was in, they had the people's, I don't know what they called it now, it was People's Assembly it was, for the EU-Turkey deal. They had a meeting on Wednesday about it, Wednesday night, and it was packed in there as well, and there was a lot of people speaking there, and it was refugees mainly speaking. It was the heads of the refugees in Moria, so you had the head of the Syrian delegation, you had the head of the Afghan delegation. They all speaking. It was incredible, and there was a Turkish lawyer on there, and he was unbelievable. I will be downloading. I videoed it. I did put someone else's video on the Turkish lawyer the other day, but I will video it and I'll put it on YouTube in the next few days. The video I took, and you know, he was basically telling the truth. You know, that Turkey is not a safe country. You know, we get all these lies coming out as Turkey's so safe and everything else. And he also said that the only refugees that can be, I mean, the EU Commission and the EU Parliament said Turkey is a safe country for refugees. But he was saying the only refugees that are recognised in Turkish law are refugees that are EU citizens. So if you're from any other country, you're not a refugee, you're not recognised at all. So that was interesting, you know. You know, these people that bring out these lies and things in the EU Commission and the EU Parliament, they should be accountable for what they say and what they do, and the damage they've done and the suffering they've caused out here over the last year. You know, what's gone on is incredible. The stories are incredible. Some of the stories I heard the other night was absolutely unbelievable, especially the abuses in Turkey by the police and the rapes and things like this was incredible. It was really heartbreaking. And not just over there, you know, some of the stories that came out from the Africans, and you know, one guy there, he was the head of the Nigerian, I think he was, delegation. You know, he said his parents died and everything else, and he just sat there and he couldn't speak in the end, and it took ages for him to get his act together. Here comes Makara now. Makara is coming out on the scene. So it is. It is It was quite an amazing night Wednesday night, and yesterday was an amazing day. It really was an amazing day. There was a lot of people there. So okay, I'll get that video of the Turkish lawyer. I met him again yesterday, and he's quite an incredible guy. You know, he's put his neck out there big time, but he was telling the truth and what was going on. And he said, you know, about the 1951 Refugee Acts, and that Turkey's a member of that as well. And he was telling us about the big camps that were built. These they're big buildings, and the refugees are in there for 22, 23 hours a day. You know, all huddled together. By the thousands. You know, this is concentration camps, and this time it shouldn't be hushed up. You know, in the Second World War it was hushed up and everything. Governments knew it was going on, but they didn't want to fucking put it out there. This time what's going on should be shouted about. It should come out now, and the governments should stand up against it. This right-wing fascism that's going on throughout governments, and this racism going on in governments, you know, and these heads of government standing up, these racists, you know, they need taken to justice. This has to stop. The world's gone backwards 100 years, you know, and Trump's the biggest causer of this, you know. And you've got May with him, you've got a few others with him, and what they're doing to the world is incredible, you know. There's a lot in the world needs fixing now, and when they start destroying all the climate change things that have been put into place, you know, it's been hard enough to get these things in place. It's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And the people of the world have got to stand up and stop this. Believe me, if you don't stop this, we're fucked. We're fucked. Because now they're talking about North Korea, and he's talking about Iran. If he starts throwing nuclear weapons about, everything's going to be fucking contaminated with radioactive waste. Everything. You know, it travels in the atmosphere. Yeah? We have a bad enough problem now with Fukushima, what's going on there. But if the people of the world don't stop this, believe me, you might have voted for these people to be into power, but they will destroy this earth. Your families will be gone, everyone will be gone. No one will be here. They'll be sitting in their bunkers drinking their champagne. Yeah? So it's down to the everyone around, to stand up, especially the working people, because they're the ones that are being hammered all around the world. Yeah? And the rich are just laughing about it, because they're in power and they're dealing with it, and they're making this problem. So it needs everyone in the world to stand up against these people. You know, if you want to save this planet, we have to get these people out of power and get people with common sense in power. So you got my... Anyway, I've gone on a bit of a rant there. So the boat's with Frontex now. I can see the Swedish Frontex. The boat's right behind it. Makar is there now. Proactive's there. The Greek Coast Guard is there. So, you know, they're in safe hands out there. And I would have presumed they will bring them into Skala. And if they do, I'll go over there to meet them and help them what we can. And the weather's fairly warm. It's not that cold. So I was told another boat came into Chios this morning as well. Yesterday's boat was a lot of children, 29 children on it. There were several boats yesterday. There was a boat turned back in the night around Chios as well. I mean, what goes on out here overnight, you know, there's a lot going on. But the point is, it's too dark to film it. It's too dark to, you know, do anything about it, and to actually prove it's very hard. But we know there's a lot of stories going around. Well, we've seen some things, and some things have been GPSed in certain places, and boats running without lights on, and things like this. And so it's. Anyway, I'll shut this one down and I'll pick it up later. All the best to everyone. Bye.